Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 2 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 2 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter mixed operations. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I'm on grade 2 math. Chapter we're on right now is mixed operations. First lesson, that is addition and subtraction word problems up to 20. Rudy is working on some math homework that is due tomorrow. Yesterday he completed 7 problems. There are 18 problems altogether. How many problems does Rudy have left to finish today? So the total problems he have is 18. 7 of them he already finished. So you need to do 18 take away 7. So 8 take away 7 is 1 and bring the 1 down. So we have, so we have to do 11 problems today. Let's just start with the test questions. Last month, Nancy did a total of 15 problems for math homework. She got 3 problems correct. How many problems did she miss? So you have to do 15 take away 3. So 15 minus 3. So 5 take away 3 is 15 take away 3 is 2. So we need to bring 1 down. So that is 12. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. 12 it is. Florence flipped a coin and got heads on 5 flips. She 9 flips. How many of the flips were tail? So you have to do 8 take away 5. Look, sorry, 9, because the total flips he did is 9. 5 of them have heads. You need to count the ones that are were tails. So 9 take away 5 is the correct option is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. 9 take away 5 is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Jennifer flipped a coin, got a head on 2 flips. She did a total of 11 flips. How many of the flips were tails? So you have to do 11 take away 2. So 11 take away 2 is that is 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. Pam had a birthday party. 2 girls and 2 boys from her class came. How many Pam's classmates were at the party? Two plus 2 makes 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. There were a total of 18 books on the shelf. Then 17 books were taken away. How many books are left? 18 take away 17 is 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1. 50 is working on some math homework that is due tomorrow. Yesterday completed 7 problems. There are 18 problems altogether. How many problems does Rudy have left to finish today? 18 take away 7 is 11. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Addition and subtraction ways to 20. Which is not a way to make 11. Not a way to make 11. Basically, we are given the choices, like options. You need to check which option makes 11. Like here you have, how do you make 13? Thirteen. So 11 plus 2 makes 13. Option number 1 is the correct option. How do you make 7? So 14 take away 7 is 7. And option number 1 is the correct option. Which is not a way to make 9. Not a way to make 9. That is 9 take away 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. which is not a way to make 16. That is 9 plus 6 because 9 plus 6 doesn't make 16. 7 plus 9 makes 16. Option number 1 is the correct option. How do you make 15? That is 15 plus 0. Option number 1 is the correct option. 15 plus 0 makes 15. Option number 1 is the correct option. How do you make 4? That is 4 take away 0 is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which is not a way to make 11. That is 16 take away 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. How do you make 1? Which is the correct option? 'That is 0 plus 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which is not a way to make 19. 19. That is 6 plus 14. Option number 1 is the correct option. How do you make 14? Which is the correct option? That is 90. Take away 5 makes 14. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can listen by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is addition and subtraction balance equations up to 20. Which number makes the equation true? So it basically balancing equation means both sides of the equation must have the same answer, right? For example, here you have 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 makes 3. Now you need to find a number that when subtracted from 10 makes the answer 3. So look at the choices given, right? That is 13 take away 10 equals 3. So 3 is equal to 3. So 13 is the number that keeps the equation balanced. Let's just start with the test question. Which number makes the equation true? The first thing is 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1 makes 7. Now we need to find a number that's when subtracted from 9 makes 7. That is 16 take away 9. So 7 is equal to 7. So the correct option is 16. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 16 take away 9 is 7. Which number makes the equation true? So 4 plus 2 makes 6, right? Now, what number take away 0 equals 6? That is 6 take away 0 is 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which number makes the equation true? 20 take away 6 is 14. Now the missing number plus 3 is 14. So which number is missing? That is 11 plus 3. So 14 is equal to 14. So the correct option is 11. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which number makes the equation true? 1 plus 2 is 3. The missing number minus 10 equals 3. So that is 13 take away 10. That is 3. 3 is equal to 3. So the missing number is 13. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 13. 13 is the number that makes the equation balance. Which number makes the equation true? That is 19 take away 1. 19 take away 1 is 18. 12 plus the missing number. That is 12 plus 6 is 18. So the missing number is 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which number makes the equation true? 20 take away 1 is 19. So 17 plus what number is 19? 17 plus 2 is 19, so the missing number is 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which number makes the equation true? That is 13 plus 2 makes 15 and 20 minus the missing number. That is 20 minus 5. So 15 is equal to 15. So 5 is the number that keeps the equation balanced. So option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is addition and subtraction, equations of 20, true to false. Which sentence is true? The first sentence is false. Let's just start with the test questions. Which sentence is true? So we have two sentences. 9 take away 4 is 5 and 0 plus 1 is 9. So 0 plus 1 is not 9. That is false. Option 1 is the correct option. That is 9 take away 4 is 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. 9 take away 4 equals 5. Which sentence is true? 9 take away 6 equal to and 4 plus 2 equals 6. That is 4 plus 2 is 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 4 plus 2 equals 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which sentence is true? Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 3 plus 4 equals 7. Which sentence is true? That is 0 minus 0 is 0. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which sentence is true? 5 take away 2 equals 3 or 3 take away 1 equals 5. That is 5 take away 2 equals 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which sentence is true? That is 2 plus 1 equals 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which sentence is true? That is 2, 3 take away 0 is 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which sentence is true? That is 5 plus 1 equals 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Is mixed operations. The lessons we have covered today are addition and subtraction word problems up to 20, addition and subtraction ways to make a number up to 20, addition and subtraction balance equations up to 20, addition and subtraction equations up to 20, true or false. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework session. If you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session.